Hey nail bosses, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to be doing a full set of acrylic nails. So as always, the first thing that I'm doing is just going in and removing the shine from the natural nail by using a 180 sanding band, and I'm using my e-file at 6,000 RPMs. After that, we're going to go in and apply my tapered nail tip. So as always, making sure that you hold your client's finger really straight when you're doing this. And also making sure that the nail tips fit exactly from sidewall to sidewall. This is what the nails look like on. As you can see, they are that perfect tapered shape. So I'm going to be using my products from my online store. I'm using my acrylic, transfer foil, odor out drops, and my number 14 acrylic brush, which is new and I absolutely love it. And then of course, before we get started, we're going to go in and apply the dehydrator, which is going to remove any oils that are left on the nail, and the primer, which is going to just make sure that the acrylic adhere to the nail really well. Next, I'm going in with my transfer foil gel. I'm going to apply that on the pinky and the index finger. After I cure for 60 seconds, I'm going to go in and just apply the transfer foil right over the nail and very gently rubbing it on and then peeling it right off. After that, I'm going to apply a top coat over that transfer foil, and then I'm going to cure for another 60 seconds. After that, we're going to go in with the acrylic. So this is in the color Natural Beauty, which is an off-white acrylic. So I'm basically doing like an ombre with the foil at the tip and clear, and then the off-white Natural Beauty acrylic at the back. And then of course encapsulating it with the clear and just making sure that we have a nice thickness and nice apex at the tip, making sure that as we're applying the acrylic that we're being really gentle. That way we're not brushing the acrylic off the nail. Instead, we're just making sure that it is distributed over the entire nail nice and even. And like I said, that we have that nice thickness and apex area that we want. So for this index finger, I'm going to do the same thing. So going in with my Natural Beauty acrylic, placing it closer to the cuticle area. And then I'm going to just pat it very gently. And then when I brush it down, I'm going to brush really, really gently because like I said, I want this to be like an ombre. So I don't want to brush that off-white acrylic down too far because then it's going to take away from the ombre look. So just very gently, just blending it right in the middle. And then we're going to go in and encapsulate with the clear. So placing that over the entire nail. And of course, when I applied the transfer foil, I did it right over just the top of the nail tip. And so I do want to make sure that, of course, I'm going in with enough product to where I'm giving that nail or the nail tip the strength that it needs. That way it doesn't break off. Remember that your acrylic always has to be about the thickness of like a credit card at the tip. And then of course, remember that you want to make sure you always have that nice apex, and that's gonna basically make sure that your nails do not break off. You don't want them to be too thick because then they're gonna look like a little bubble. And that's definitely not cute, but then you also don't want them to be like paper thin and super flat because that's not flattering either. So next we're going to go in and just do the Natural Beauty acrylic on this entire, what is this, the ring finger? Yeah, the ring finger. So I'm doing my 4-ball method. I place my first bead right in the middle where the natural nail and the tip meets, patting it down and then brushing down towards the tip. This one right here is my second bead, so I did the same thing, placed it right below that first one, pat it and brushing down. Next, I'm going to do my bead closer to the cuticle area, so very gently placing it down, making sure that I'm patting to where I'm basically making it go exactly where I want, which would be as close as it can to the cuticle area. And then making sure that I brush it down to blend it in with the rest. And of course, cleaning around the cuticle area to get any of that product that just does not belong in that area. And then going in with my fourth bead, which is going to go closer to the cuticle area as well. Same thing, patting it down and pushing it up towards the cuticle, and then blending it in with the rest of the acrylic. And remember, if you do happen to get any product on the skin, make sure you wipe it off immediately. That way you don't get any lifting or anything. And just go in and wipe it off with the very tip of your brush. After you wipe your brush off on a paper towel, which for my paper towels, I use the Viva Signature Cloth paper towels, which is definitely super important, because if not, your brush is going to be really dirty if you use anything else, or at least that's what's happened to me. Like if I use any other paper towel, it just does not work. So the Viva paper towels work really well, or the blue paper towels that are in like the automotive section at Walmart or any store that you go to. Those work really good as well. But anyways, next for this middle finger, we're going to be doing a pink ombre. So I'm using my Prissy Pink acrylic, which is absolutely beautiful. I did do a thin layer of the clear first, and then I went in with the pink. And then I'm going to go in with Natural Beauty to do the ombre. And I didn't know how I felt or how I was going to feel about doing the ombre with the Natural Beauty acrylic, but I actually am really liking it. Like I really, really do. And then as you guys can see, even though I did the white with the pink, like the, and you guys will see a lot better once I'm done with it, but even like the ombre looked really well with these two colors, which I was definitely amazed at. Just really, like I said, I just didn't know if it was going to look right. But anyways, now I'm just going in and encapsulating with the clear, making sure that again we have a nice thickness and a nice apex. That way we don't get any breakage or lifting. And remember, y'all, like I keep saying this, but it's really, really important. Like you don't want super thick bumpy nails, but you also don't want really thin and brittle nails. So you want to make sure that again your tip is always about the thickness of a credit card, and then you have a nice apex. Alrighty, so now for this thumb, I'm going to be doing a marble ombre nail. So I'm just going in with the pink and Natural Beauty acrylic and just kind of very slightly swirling it around the tip. And then I am going to go in with my gold glitter, which is in the shade Gold Digger. And I'm just going to put that in between some of the pink and that Natural Beauty white acrylic or off-white acrylic. And then I'm going to do the Natural Beauty at the back and just kind of blending it in the middle. So placing my bead as close as I can to the cuticle area and then just blending it right in the middle. And as always, making sure that when we brush it down, that we brush really gently. That way we get a nice ombre look or like a nice blend. And that way we don't brush it down too far, because then it'll take away from that ombre. And then after that, we're going to go in with the clear and we're going to encapsulate everything together. Alrighty, so this is what the nails look like after the acrylic application. So next we're going to go in with my 8080 Get Nail Dirty 2 hand file. And we're just going to shape the nails really, really well. So of course, following the sides and the free edge at exactly a 90-degree angle, and please pay attention to the way that the file is against the nail, literally at that 90-degree angle. You don't want to hold it at any other angle, because then you're not going to get that perfect like square, tapered square shape. So again, going from the sides, filing at a 90-degree angle from that side wall towards the free edge, and then doing the same thing on the free edge, making sure that you position your finger underneath the nail. That way it doesn't move at all while you're filing. You just go back and forth. And then also, as you're doing this, just look at the nail to make sure that of course it's straight, and just look at it from different angles to see if you need to file anywhere else. And we're gonna go ahead and just do that on all of the nails. Alrighty, so this is what the nails look like after doing all of the shaping. Absolutely beautiful, and I'm loving that matte look, just perfect. So next, because this is my practice hand, I'm just gonna go in with my 180 sanding band to just file all of the nails. So of course, just filing around the cuticle area, and then just filing the rest of the nail. I'm not gonna focus on doing like any cuticle work or any of that, because like I said, this is just a practice hand. So as always, I'm just going to show you how I go around the cuticle area and then filing the rest of the nail. And during this step, I am using my e-file at 8,000 RPMs. And I am using the Flawless Pro e-file by McCart. I do have a promo code for them, so I'll be sure to leave that information down below in the description. So up next, we're going to go in with the buffer, and this is going to get rid of any of the scratches left on the nails from the hand file or the e-file. So you want to make sure that you buff those nails really, really good. Alrighty, so after I finish buffing, I'm going to go in and just dust the nails off and then wash off the hand with soap and a brush to get all of that dust off. And then I was trying to decide if I wanted to do this charm or maybe a white one, but I just feel like it didn't go well with the Dior transfer foil. So I'm going to just do something different. But first, I'm going to go in with my gel top coat. I'm going to apply that on the pinky, the index finger, and the ring finger. I'm also applying it underneath the nails to make sure we get a really clear like look under the transfer foil. And then on the thumb and the middle finger, we're going in with the matte top coat. We're going to cure that for 60 seconds, and then I'm just going to apply some bling on the index finger, or actually the ring finger. So I'm using my hard gel and curing with my Melody Susie UV light. I'm going to go ahead and apply some more, flash cure again for about 30 seconds. And then I'm going to apply some more stones out of my Bling kit. And then we're going to just go ahead and call it a day. I'm going to go in with my cuticle oil. And here is the final look, y'all. When I say these turned out absolutely beautiful, I love that matte. The ombre is literally flawless. The stone placement, the foil, everything is literally to die for. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to check out my online store. I'll leave the link below.